How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific 3 Eastern, Sundays 3 Pacific 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Wednesday here on the show, and you know what that means? We got a lot to talk about today. AW Dynamite is tonight. The Continental Classic is kicking off. And yes, we have matches today for tonight's AW Dynamite. We'll tell you about those. Last night was also NXT. The show was, I guess, better than last week. Still, my God, they did some of the dumbest things. It's like Vince Russo's booking the show. We'll tell you about the NXT show here later on. Then we got a very astounding interview with Becky Lynch, which we got to talk about here. And I don't really know a lot more than what she said, but we're going to talk about it. Seth Rollins was also there to talk about when he expects to be back from his injury. We got the update on the New Japan World Tag League. We got SmackDown ratings, which did well. Raw did great. We talked about it yesterday, but this, of course, would be the Raw with the final Raw appearance of John Cena. Very big number there. And then we got an astounding story that tells you the difference between Japanese professional wrestling culture and American professional wrestling culture. There was a 3-month suspension, and wait till you hear why. So we got all of that, and then the NXT report and plenty more. If you want to text us here today, you're welcome to. Text message line 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4WOnline@gmail.com. I'm at 4W Online Threads, Instagram, and Cameo, as well as at Bryan Alvarez on X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment. I believe Filthy's joining us. Wrestling Observer Live. Granny, what's happening? What do we got for the wrestling report here today?
Talk or something.
Talk or something.
So Niven comes in, jumps on Bailey with her overweight body a couple of times, doesn't mind playing dirty, leaves Bailey on the mat in lots of pain. I found this book. It's called Limericks from the Heart.
Is this a Lanny Poffo book?
Let me finish this one. This guy's name is Lanny Poffo. And there are 335 pages in here. Can you guess what it's about?
Smoking.
Oh,
Sean the Wizard.
Have you read it?
We read it every week for about 6 months.
When I first started.
Wow.
Why don't we start reading some questions, and we'll see if we can spur some answers out of Granny. Shall we try?
No, I don't think so.
Let's try.
Then you'll really find out how dumb I am.
Granny, did you know there was a wrestling bear?
No, and I don't care.
All right.
It's a bear that wrestled people.
I still don't care.
Okay.
Is Granny frozen?
Granny, you frozen?
No, I'm ready to read my report.
Your picture is frozen.
It is?
Yeah. Or you're doing a great job as a ventriloquist.
Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, or whatever his last name is. Paul Newman is watching this match. And he's not on Cody's side. What's the matter?
Absolutely nothing. Everything's great.
You know, Cody did say that he was looking for a manager. I think him and Paul Newman would be a...
What a handsome pair.
Yeah. A dashing duo.
That guy's a movie star, isn't he?
Since you're on the phone, why don't we just jump right into your wrestling report and such, and then we'll let you go and we'll do Facebook without you.
Can I lay the phone down and you guys, can you hear me?
You can try. Why don't you give it a shot?
Okay.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a disaster, I can already tell.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's all right, I guess.
Go ahead.
No, it's your segment. You're gonna read
Us jokes?
or your wrestling report or whatever. I see Granny has now put the phone back up to her ear.
I'm for now.
Do you have the soaps or anything else, Granny, or are we, is that it?
I want to quit for now.
Okay. Well,
No more.
instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. We're in the show. Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom is joining us here today. Feel like I haven't seen you in forever, Tom. What's going
incorrect.
on? What?
Saw you on. That's incorrect.
Yeah.
I saw you 2 days ago.
Yeah, I said I felt like it.
Were you being facetious?
Of course. I just saw you the other day, dude. We did commentary together. And some great interviews, which are going to be up on the site here very soon.
I also did great commentary.
Yeah, well, you did
You?
better than I did. It's a rough start, brother. I thought we got...
First time you've ever done commentary. I can't believe it.
No, it actually was.
I was baffled.
I was
blown away.
Well, Vinny and I think that about 15 years ago, we might have done commentary for like a Pinnacle show or something like that. But I consider this the first time I ever did commentary. So it'll be up on the Relentless YouTube here after a while. You guys can check it out. Check out the matches from the second half of the show, not the first half.
Yeah, you should check out the matches from all of them. Just turn
the
off
matches were
Ryan's
awesome.
audio.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have Will E. Largeman just cut you out.
Yeah, I don't think he can cut me out. Actually, he can. It's 3 separate channels. If he cuts me out of the first half of the show, I'll be all right with that. I thought it was all right in the second half. I thought we started to get our groove once we all figured out what we were doing. Well, I did at least. Next show is what, March 22nd?
21st.
21st?
Way to be a professional.
Yeah. Well, it's a ways from now, you know. March 21st, Relentless at the Northern Quest Casino. Tom and I are going to be there.
That's right.
It's going to be
competing
awesome.
in a tuxedo match.
Oh, would you stop?
Against each other.
God. You know how much money you have to buy my tuxedo every time if we're going to do a tuxedo match. That's going to be the rule. I'm not buying a brand new tux every time for you to rip it off. You kidding me?
I get to pick your tux? Deal.
I'll think about it. Well, anyway, yes, Dolph Ziggler and Chris Bay interviews will be up probably today and tomorrow on the site. Tom and I told the whole story of this on, what day was it? One of these shows, if you want to find out what happened. But they're very, very good interviews, so you should check them out. I think it was a Sunday Bryan and Vinny show, if you want to find out what happened with Dolph and then Chris Bay, Nick Nemeth. But it worked out great in the end. Actually worked out great in the end, did it not?
I thought it was very good. You did a great job conducting those interviews. I did very little.
Not letting you talk?
Yeah. Well, we would have many of the same questions. You did get in a UFC question for virtually no reason, felt out of place.
Well, I look at the guest, and you're behind me. So as I told you, I was like, if you have a question, like nudge me or something so I know that you're going to ask a question. And you never nudged me, so I just kept going.
You think I want to touch you?
Yes, you want to have a tuxedo match with me. You want to tear my clothes off. So I think you're okay nudging me if you have a question for a guest. Now, tonight is Dynamite, and we actually have matches. They actually have announced matches for this show. We have got Continental Classic Gold League, Kyle Fletcher versus Okada. That should be incredible. We have Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight, which also should be great. And I can't believe this match is occurring. Jon Moxley versus Mascara Dorada.
Wow. That's tonight?
That's tonight.
Wow.
And the Ops celebrate new AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. So I think that we'll get a lot of explanations about what's going on when we watch the show tonight. It's pretty obvious that, Hook was a double agent. He was with the Ops the entire time. He threw some matches, I think is what happened. But I'm not sure this is happening, but I would not be in the least bit surprised. They always, whether it's the G1 or the Continental Classic, there's always that guy that's in there that's just like losing a bunch of matches. And clearly like Kevin Knight or Speedball or Mascara Dorada, like any of them could be in the running to be that guy. I think Moxley is losing tonight. I think that he's snake bit. So I think Mascara Dorada beats Jon Moxley. Could be wrong. I have no inside information. But just looking at the Jon Moxley character and the fact that he's almost surely going to be booted out of this group soon and turned on, I think him losing to Mascara Dorada and choking in this tournament is good for that story. But we shall see. We're going to get into NXT later. I just want to talk about it now, but I'm not gonna. What do you think of that speed match? Was it the stupidest thing you've ever seen?
I don't want to think about it right now.
All right, we'll talk about it later. Becky Lynch did a podcast.
Yeah, what is this interview? I have got to go listen to this later on because this seems like something that is so damning that it should just be handled right now.
So she says, during an appearance on Burt Kreischer's podcast released on Tuesday evening, Becky was discussing how her and her husband Seth Rollins began seeing each other. She said that at the time she had been warned to, quote, stay away from the boys, and specifically mentioned one male talent who was alleged to blacklist wrestlers after making advances toward them. Lynch said at the time it was, quote, stay away from the boys, don't go near the boys. Not going to name names, but there was a guy in the main roster who was like, be careful, because one, he'll try to sleep with you. If he sleeps with you, then he'll blacklist you. At this point, he jokingly asked if the person was Cody Rhodes. Lynch continued, then if he tries to sleep with you and you don't sleep with him, he'll also blacklist you. So there was this line that you had to walk, this tightrope. Yeah, Kreischer then asked if he knows the person whom Lynch was referring. Lynch responded, you know him, definitely, and then her and Rollins laughed. At one point, he got my number. I remember being like, how do you walk this line? There was always this thing of if you get into a relationship and things go south, they're not going to fire the guy. They're always going to fire the girl, so it was a very scary, precarious thing. Kreischer jokingly added, that would be upsetting if they fired the guy. So, I'm trying to make sense of this here. A guy on the main roster. So she is saying there was a guy on the main roster. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. So listen, the first time I heard this, I thought, is she talking about Vince? Then they mentioned you can't fire the guy. I mean, I don't know who she's talking about. I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea why you would tell a story like this and not name the person. Presumably the person doesn't work there anymore. Otherwise she wouldn't bring this story up. It's just a very... And then her and Rollins laughing about it. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know when this was. I mean, presumably this was the mid-2010s, I would think, when she was first coming up to the main roster. And, of course, Vince was there.
Well, it sounds like it's whenever her and Seth Rollins got together.
I'm trying to figure out the timeline here. She said her and Seth began seeing each other at the time she had been warned. So I think this was before they got together. It sounds like when she first got called up to the main roster, she was just given this warning. But it doesn't specify. I'm just astounded that this story would be told, and I don't know why you would tell this story if you're not going to say who it was or...
And where do you go from here?
I don't know,
Now
man.
that the story's out. Like, don't you think people want some sort of resolution or something? I don't know. Maybe it's all hearsay. You know?
I mean, she gives no other details. But, I mean, my gut feeling is she's talking about Vince, but then she does say it's someone on the main roster and that the person got her. Wouldn't Vince already have the number? I don't know. It's just a bizarre story here. Just thrown out nonchalantly on this podcast. So I feel like this will potentially build into something bigger, but who knows, you know? It was brought up at a weird time, right before Thanksgiving, and everyone's off the road, and I don't know. So that was very bizarre. And then Seth on the same podcast basically said that he's going to be out at least 6 months. He's hoping to be back by WrestleMania season. So probably 12 weeks we'll be moving into WrestleMania season, hoping around February after the holiday stuff, I can lock it in, stop eating so much junk food, basically. Give myself a month before I come back, and maybe April. So he's targeting WrestleMania for his return. We'll see if that ends up taking place. But if you have any comments on any of this, text me, 425-780-7566. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Well, we reviewed SmackDown yesterday, Tom, and you don't even get SmackDown. You're very, just, you know how you are. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever.
That's your impression of
Yeah,
me?
that's my impression of you.
Wow.
So what are we, at least, I hope you at least watch a SmackDown main event.
I watched the entire show. of
Okay, because there's a
SmackDown.
lot of people that still like your review, Tom.
I went on the board and I saw like 2 people.
Yeah, do you go on, you go on Twitter?
Yeah, I do go on Twitter.
You read my emails?
I do go on
The
Twitter.
text messages? I mean,
Do you go on Twitter? Because if you do,
unfortunately, yes.
you would have seen one of the greatest moments in world history.
In
take
world
place.
history, really.
World history. Frank Tate walked away the victor of the fight, but he walked away an even bigger winner when it comes to life. This man completed what I would say is the best high five, the best dap up in the history of the galaxy. This man had his dog. His dog. And when I say dog,
Barely a dog.
I mean D-O-G and D-A-W-G. This was a dog, baby. The dog was so proud. You can see just the elation in that dog's face. He threw that paw up. He let it hang for a few moments, and then he brought
Tom's
it down
not even
for the dap.
Tom's not even doing this justice. Everyone has seen a dog,
Listen.
like you put your hand out and the dog like puts his paw up to shake hands. This freaking dog goes, "Ah, hoppa!" I'm like, what? That was more than a high five. I don't even know what you would even term that. He dunked. He dunked that man.
30 million views on this clip. And that is about 1/10 of what it should have. So if you haven't seen it, you deserve it. Treat yourself. Go to my Twitter. Watch Frank Tate high five his dog.
No, he did not high five his dog.
The dog high
His
fived
dog
him.
high fived him. Yes. He just wanted like a, just boom. And this dog was like, no way, brother. You knock that man out. I'm going to give you a big time dunking high five from way up high. You go high five, up high, down low, too slow. This was an up high. Guy should have pulled his hand away.
It's the best thing you've ever seen.
Man, too slow, Joe. Yeah, it was pretty good. Not going to lie. I liked it. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Everyone's in the chat just going wild trying to figure out this Becky thing. Throwing out all these names. So, a lot of people thinking Brock. But my thought is, if it were somebody who is currently working there today, she would not have told this story. I can't imagine that if it were Brock Lesnar and he's back and he's in the main event of War Games, that she's going to bring up the story talking about him. The other thing is she mentions that that this person, if you didn't sleep with them, they would blacklist you. That's the other reason I thought it was Vince or somebody like how can another talent blacklist you? What does that even mean? Like, Becky, I mean, another talent, what does that mean that another talent blacklists you? They don't even need power to blacklist you. What does that even mean? So it sounds like somebody who was in management and also was on screen, which again sounds like Vince McMahon. But I don't know. So, just a very weird story. All right, have you been watching any? Yes, do you have anything you want to add?
Not on that, but 2 hours ago, in a completely separate news story, 2 hours ago, the 5th episode of Speed Goes Pro was put up on YouTube. And this is a show where I Show Speed takes part in various sports. This one, hosted along with Randy Orton, has Speed taking part at the WWE Performance Center, no less, in a match. Over 250,000 views already, up just hours ago. So, and guess what, Brian?
What's that?
Spoiler alert, he jobbed out
Wow.
in his first match. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of that and more of I Show Speed in the WWE.
Well, we got the World Tag League, and Jeremy Finestone, speaking of strong style, has got the update here. This is the update nights 2 to 5. So night 2 was Saturday. Lance Archer and Alex Zane, who are babyfaces, by the way, beat Ren Narita and Sonata. Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa beat Callum Newman and Great-O-Khan when Zack Sabre Jr. kicked Khan into a German suplex. Shota Umino and Yuya Uemura beat Tanahashi and Phantasmo when Shota pinned ELP, or as you like to call him, LP. Hiromu Takahashi and David Finlay beat Yoto, Ice, and Oscar when we got a blind tag and Yuto pinned Hiromu.
Bombaclat.
Yeah. And then Yuto. Oh, you went to pin Hiromu. I see. Okay, so they Hiromu and Finlay won. Yes.
Yeah, they're a great team. If you haven't seen them, Finlay just throws Hiromu around. Like he power bombs him onto guys, slams him onto guys, launches them into the corner. It's quite an act.
And then we had night 3. Bishamon beat Yujiro and Chase Owens. Torian and Bolton Oleg beat Taichi and Kojima.
Yeah, baby.
Desperado and Shuji Ishikawa beat the War Dragons. That's Drilla Maloney and Shingo. And Gabe Kidd and Yota Tsuji beat Evil and Don Fale. Night 4, which was Tuesday, Callum Newman and Great-O-Khan beat Zayn and Archer. Hiromu and Finlay beat Tanahashi and Phantasmo. Ren Narita and Sonata beat Oscar and Yuto Ice. And Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa beat Yuya Uemura and Umino. Fantastic match. This apparently is miles and miles better than that wacky best of the Super Junior Tag League, which got horrible reviews until the very end. Night 5, Kid and Tsuji beat Owens and Yujiro. Desperado and Ishikawa beat Taichi and Kojima. Evil and Don Fale beat Drilla and Shingo. And Bishamon beat Oleg and Yano. So the standings.
Oh.
Yeah, here are the standings. At this point, as of today, 5 teams are tied at 4 points. Bishamon, Oleg and Yano, Desperado and Shuji, Yota Tsuji and Gabe Kidd, and Evil and Don Fale. And then Taichi and Kojima and Shingo and Drilla both have 2 points. Yujiro and Chase Owens, no points. Losers. And then for the B block, Finlay and Hiromu and Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa, undefeated with 4 points. Shota and Yuya, United Empire, Ren and Sonata, and Monster Sauce all have 2 points. And the Knockout Brothers and Tanahashi and Phantasmo, 0 points. Tanahashi has 0 points in this tournament so far. So that's the update. Can you believe it? Thought Tanahashi would go out with more than no points. So there you go. All right, some other news notes here. We'll get to NXT in a while. Did you hear about Yuma Aoyagi being suspended by All Japan?
I did.
Yeah.
Driving without a license?
All Japan held a press conference on Wednesday to address a car accident he was involved in. So what happened was Aoyagi was driving home after an All Japan event. He failed to notice a red light, drove through, collided with another vehicle. He was not injured, but someone in the other car is being treated for a leg injury. And so his license had been expired for a year. And All Japan, as a result of this is what they've done, okay? A guy was driving. His license had been expired for a year. He ran a red light, hit another car, and that person has a leg injury, okay? All Japan has announced that he has been suspended for 3 months. His pay has been cut 50% for those 3 months. They have now checked all of the license expiration dates for all of the other wrestlers and staff. They have issued a warning about driving safely.
Well, Brian,
Also, one more. He and Yuma Anzai also have to forfeit all of their remaining matches in the All Japan Real World Tag League. They're out. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I know this is funny. We're laughing about the absurdity of it, but they just recently had a member of their roster get run over.
That is true.
And killed.
I'm not
earlier
laughing at the
this year.
absurdity, Tom. I'm laughing at the difference between how they handle these situations in Japan and how they handle these situations in the United States, which is they don't at all.
This is not without precedent. We've seen things like this happen in Japan multiple times, whether it's people
Bringing weed
resigning-
into the country.
people resigning from positions.
Yes.
Like, do you remember when Act Yasukawa got beat up? And then we had people in Stardom leaving management positions, suspending themselves. I'm trying to think of some other instances here because there are plenty more. Shingo Takagi got suspended for harassing a monkey and putting up videos on social media. He wasn't the only one. There was other members of Dragon Gate that were involved in that, and they were punished. So this is something that happens all the time. My boy Tadao Yasuda, former IWGP heavyweight champion and pride fighter, was publicly shamed for having a ton of gambling debt. Who was it? Who was the guy? Who was the New Japan wrestler that passed away recently? The young Kita Katsumura? Kitamura?
Oh, yeah.
Kitamura. Remember, Kitamura did an MMA fight against Bobby Olagun. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Bobby Olagun was forced into that fight because he had gotten into some domestic assault allegations and was publicly shamed and basically forced to fight against Kitamura. So these things are not without precedent in the country of Japan.
Yeah, and if you look at America, I mean, go to Jimmy Uso's Wikipedia and click personal life. Go to Jey Uso's Wikipedia, click personal life. And they're not the only ones, but they're the ones that stick out because, they very recently had, I think it was DWIs, DUIs, and absolutely nothing done by the company whatsoever. There was no suspension, no push being stopped, nothing.
Right. Liv Morgan was apprehended one time, but I believe those charges were dropped or something along those lines.
Yeah. Jimmy for sure had multiple. I thought Jay had one, but it's not listed here. So maybe
Cash Wheeler got in trouble for pulling the gun on the guy in the road.
Oh, Jey Uso did have a DWI, 2018.
The Cash Wheeler thing got dropped, I believe, as well, though. So
yeah. But yes, I mean, it was just, something like that happens in Japan. In the old days, we talked about if you brought marijuana into Japan, banned for life. Life. You can never come back. But there were certain people who were powerful enough to get that lifetime suspension lifted.
I don't know. Has Matt Sydal ever gone back?
I'm not talking about guys like Matt Sydal.
He was the most notable one.
SmackDown 1.21 million viewers, which was up 4%, and a 0.29 and 18 to 49 up 7%. So didn't do a bad number. Raw with John Cena's alleged final match ever on Raw did the best numbers that Raw Netflix has done in 7 months. which should come as no surprise. And then finally, there was an interview on the Wrestling Classic with Brody Lee Jr., who was 13. He clarified he's not actually under contract. He's not signed. Says everyone thinks I'm signed, but I'm not. But the deal is when I turn 18, if I want the contract, it's mine. The only thing I really signed was a random contract for when I turn 18, it's me versus Moxley in a death match. And then he added, I definitely want to wrestle Moxley, but maybe not in a death match. So he smartened up at 13. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, what have you got today?
Okay, everybody be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What's the most musical part of a turkey? The drumsticks.
Ba-da-cha.
Hey, Google, you suck.
Well, I am still learning. What should we fix?
The guilt in the response.
Hey, Google, that's enough. Hey, Google.
Shut your hole.
Hey, Google.
Hi there, I'm listening.
Oh,
How
jeez.
can I help today?
Hey, Google. Shut up.
How can I be of service?
No, that won't quit.
God.
Hey, Google. No more. Stop.
This is how the war with the robots begins.
Name the hip hop group that asked the question, are you down with OPP in 1992?
Granny, I will pay you $100 to read that again, please.
Yeah, can you read more?
Name the hip hop group that asked the question, are you down with O period, P period, P period in
She
1992?
somehow made it better. Oh, period. P
Stop the show
period.
now. We have peaked.
P period.
Please send those edits to Brian's email.
Are you down with O period, P period, P period? On the show The Big Bang Theory, Leonard and Sheldon are both physicists. What is there? At what?
What the hell just happened right there?
Physicists,
Yes.
Physicists?
Yes.
Yeah. I lost my track.
you lost your crack.
You were at Sisyphus.
In what city was Nipar
Brooks.
Shakur shot and killed?
Excuse me, say that again.
In what city was Tupac?
Two-pack. Vegas.
Check.
Vegas Strip.
Yep.
Join us!
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we got a trip to the Vegas Strip, by
Yeah.
the way.
You can get shot too.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Google, take a nap. Hey, Google, wake up. Hey, Google, are you awake?
Here's a YouTube music station called Are You Awake?
Hey, Google, stop.
Tom, have you learned the error of your ways, brother? Can't say that word no more.
I'm not getting into this.
Yeah, we cannot no longer say Yudo Ice's, what would you call his
Taunt.
his taunt? Yeah, it's a very, very, very bad word in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more.
Lasting says, tell Yudo Ice to go to Jamaica and use that word in a sentence. See what happens. Yeah.
I'm sure he'd love to. I don't think Udo Ice is scared of going to Jamaica and saying that word. Udo Ice is from the streets, brother. Legit. He was an underground MMA fighter. You take a look at that guy's jaw. I don't think he cares about going to Jamaica.
Wow. This person says they'll set him on fire. I think he'd be concerned about that. All right. Let's talk about NXT here. What a stupid show. It was better than last week, but it was stupid.
I didn't see last week's show.
It sucked.
Wow.
All right. You want to get going or should I?
I can do it.
Do it.
All right. So this was NXT Gold Rush Week 2 coming at us from the theater at Madison Square Garden, which looked pretty cool, like it's a cool venue. Were they up on a stage?
It's a theater at Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
So
Okay. I have been there, I believe. I believe I've been in this venue for a World Series of Fighting event, or it may have even been a glory kickboxing, now that I think about it.
Wow.
And I believe the ring may have been like up on a stage. So I'd have to go back and look, but we may have only got like a 3/4 view the whole time, but it looked packed. I'll say that. So we got a bit of a recap from last week's action of Gold Rush Week 1 before we started off in the ring with Sean Legacy taking on your favorite champion, Jackson Drake, along with his buddies from the Vanity Project. Brian, do you know their names?
actually, I got to say this about their names. So this Peter Rosenberg bloke, this guy like a radio guy. I know I've seen him. Yeah, okay,
He's been around for years.
He's like Sam Roberts. You know, they take these radio guys and they have him do commentary or whatever. And Peter Rosenberg's never really done anything for me, but I've never actually like watched any pre-shows or anything.
So hold on, they got a radio guy. They put him on commentary. He's not doing anything for you. Okay.
Yeah,
follow him.
but you didn't let me finish.
Continue on.
Okay. So they bring him in as the Evolve analyst, okay? This guy did a better job in 30 seconds of explaining everything that was going on in this match and who everybody was than NXT has done in months. This guy deserves a raise. He said their names over and over and over and over again. He explained who they were, what they do, how long this Jackson Drake has been wrestling. I mean, he did a
8 years.
Phenomenal job.
They said this guy's an 8-year pro.
And he's only 22, so he's been doing this for since he was like 15. He's like a Nick Wayne and they even mentioned like he started with Javon. It's like he's not as good as Javon or Nick Wayne, but he's pretty good. Sean Legacy is pretty great. And this was a really good match, and I was watching this and I was like, man, the show's turned around. A good match, good wrestling, a great job commentary by Peter Rosenberg. I was all in at this point.
Legacy did what I would describe at one point as a moonsault exploder suplex off the top rope, which should finish anyone off. That was a fantastic move. But Jackson Drake fought on. Brian, you didn't answer the question. Do you know the name?
Ricky Smokes, Brad Baylor, and Jackson Drake.
Okay, what's the name of the tag team?
They're the Vanity Project.
Okay, no, the tag team of Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor.
I don't remember.
Swipe right.
No, that's right. Swipe right.
Okay. So Drake fought on, hit a double gutbuster, a flying knee as Legacy was hung up in the ropes, and then a running knee strike to the face, which they called the unaliving. No good. And he retained the Evolve title.
This guy here says Rosenberg is a giant tool. I don't care. He did a good job on commentary. That's all I want is someone to explain this crap.
You know what tools are? Useful.
Yes, exactly.
Ethan Page told Zarya backstage that she would be the North American champion. Oh, Sol Ruka, I'm sorry. Ethan Page, let me start over. Can we get Peter Rosenberg on air?
How about we just move to the next segment? Because it's going to take an hour to talk about Fallon Henley and Zarya. This absolutely.
Can we skip this segment?
No, I'll get into it. I'll do the quick version because if I do the full version, I'm going to swear.
Hold on. Why are they starting with a lockup? The biggest strategic waste of time for either one of these women.
This is so low on my priority list when it comes to how stupid this match was. Guys, this is for the vacant speed title, okay? Sol Ruka was the champion. She got injured. Ava made her vacate the title due to injury. Sol is already back wrestling before the finals of the tournament to crown a new champion. That's already stupid enough. It's a 5-minute time limit. They do this stupid match, and they run out of time. It's a draw. They had 5 minutes, and they couldn't win. The two people in the finals of this tournament, by the way, the tournament, the normal matches are 3 minutes. The finals are 5 minutes, which is stupid, but whatever. But, two people who went through a tournament winning all their matches in 3 minutes or less. Neither of them can win in 5 minutes. It goes to a draw. Everybody boos. Ava then comes out and says, that's not how this match is going to end. We need a new champion. Therefore, this is going to sudden death. You know what sudden death means? It means it just keeps going until someone wins. So Ava's ruling is that we are going to figure out a new speed champion in a one-on-one match not contested under speed rules. So they wrestle and they wrestle for minutes on end. And at the end, what happened? Oh, yeah, the normal match. At the end, Laney Reed ends up interfering. Zara smashes her into the steps. Fallon hits a Shining Wizard, a Fame Ass, she gets the pin. So Fallon Henley won the speed title in a non-speed match because the champion can't even win in 5 minutes a title that you must defend in 3 minutes. God! They built my hopes up for this show with that opener, and then they were like, now we're going to get him. And then they did this.
Bryan, I have the worst headache in the world thinking about this. Ava came out and said, that is not how this is going to end. What do you mean? That's exactly how it's supposed to end. That's how the tournament is set up. That's what the rules are. If nobody gets the win, then it's a draw. What do you mean? That's in the contract. Do you remember, Bryan? Do you remember? I'm sure you do, actually. Do you remember Pride Grand Prix 2000? The opening round was Kazushi Sakuraba, my favorite fighter of all time, taking on Guy Metzger, right? It goes to a 10-minute time limit. And what does Pride do? They go, hey, somebody in Sakakibara goes, hey, they're going to overtime to determine a winner. Ken Shamrock, rightfully so, flips his lid ringside, and he pulls Guy Metzger out of there. He said, this is crap. We're not doing this. The contract stipulated one thing, and now you're trying to pull the wool over our eyes and do something else. You know what happens, like in a boxing match, if it's not in the contract and it goes to a draw? They don't go, hey, we're doing one more round. We're not paying you guys anything extra. Here, fight your hearts out. No. They go to the scorecards. It's over. You don't come out and restart the match like this if it's not in the contract. That's exactly what the rules of this tournament are. You knew this going in.
Not only that, Tom. Hey, listen, if you're going to restart it, you got to restart it as a speed match. Not a match with no time limit. It's for the speed title. This would be like, hey, you and me are going to fight an MMA fight for a vacant title. We go to a draw, and then Dana White comes out and goes, well, now you must compete in a basketball game to determine the first champion. Stupid. They've ruined our speed title, Tom. They've ruined it. Let's talk about Shiloh Hill. Complete maniac. I loved it.
He gave us the download, the backstory on his life. He's in a cramped office space with. You talk about it.
He's a maniac. That's all we need to know. So then John Cena does a pre-tape promo to tell us who's in the Iron Survivor Challenge. The first man he chooses is Javon Evans, of course. The second person is Leon Slater.
Hey, listen, you tool, Stu, in the YouTube chat didn't realize this was a boxing match. No, we're going from the premise that this is a real sporting event with real contracts and real people doing real fights. Okay? That's what they're presenting to us. It doesn't matter what sport it's in. It could be a soccer match and some tool and a non-helpful tool comes out afterwards and tries to change the rules that are already stipulated in the contract. Get out of here. Or stay in the chat and subscribe.
Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Joe
make me
Hendry,
very happy.
Miles, the winner of Miles Bourne versus Trick Williams, and the Bookworm. Those are the men in the Iron Survivor Challenge. And then later for the women, he announced Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, and Kendall Gray. Can't this guy book the show? Comes off significantly more competent. Tell us about Kalani Jordan, Lei Ying Lee, and Jordan Grace.
well-wrestled match in the traditional modern American wrestling three-way style. Impressive power spots. At the end, Kalani missed a 450 splash. Jordan planted her with a tower hacker bomb, but Lei Ying Lee did a tornado kick to Grace and stole the pinfall on Jordan to win the title. Afterwards, Bryan Alvarez got in the ring with his little TNA hat on and gave Lei Ying Lee the belt.
I got to say that this match was good. Like it's like a giant up and down now with NXT. Something great, something horrific. Something great, something horrific. But I will say, this was the first match on the show that had any heat whatsoever. The crowd was dead for that previous match, that speed title match.
They were beyond dead.
Yeah, they were
in
dead for the
rigor
legacy
mortis
match,
had
too.
set in.
Yeah,
when that speed title started.
But these three got him going, so good for them.
Kendall Gray defended her Evolve Women's title against Laney Reed here. They did a bunch of interference.
Oh, my God.
And we had the spectacular return of Charlie Dempsey.
Okay, hold on. Okay, first
You
off,
gonna make it?
First off, Kendall Gray is great, okay?
Yeah, fantastic. And Laney Reed, too.
Laney Reed did a good job. But, hold on. Before this happened, there was a segment backstage, and Fatal Influence told Laney to go out there tonight, win the title. Ava walked in and said, if you want to be champion, you have to do it on your own. Everyone else is banned from ringside. So as God is my witness, just to screw with me, they do this match, and in the middle of the match, Fatal Influence comes to ringside.
It's even better because JC Jane, like Kendall Gray's got an armbar on. JC Jane runs down, gets on the apron, and the ref doesn't even look at her.
No.
Not once.
No.
He doesn't even pay attention to her.
They came to ringside even though they were banned.
What is going on?
The ref did nothing about it. Not only that, at one point, JC got inside the ring.
Yes.
After they were banned from ringside. She bonks Ren Sinclair off the apron into Charles's arms, and
who wasn't there before?
Yeah, he just appeared out of nowhere.
This was his return.
Yeah,
he caught Ren Sinclair, kind of caught her falling off the apron. They're like, "Oh my God, Charlie Dempsey's back!"
Then this idiot ref just ejects everybody. It's like, bro, they were ejected before the match. What good is that going to do?
They should have ejected us.
I'm ejecting myself. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Okay, can everyone hear it?
Yeah.
There's a mystery bell at Granny's house. She can't hear it. Take off your headphones for a second.
I had them on wrong anyway.
Okay.
I can't get them on right. What?
Take them off and listen.
You have in your elbow?
Is the fan on a computer?
Nothing.
All right. Well, this is going to be an exciting show.
Gonna have bells ringing through the whole thing, and it's every week. It's got to be me.
Do you have a neighbor that's an ice cream man
No,
practicing out there?
I got a neighbor that smokes marijuana.
I'm sure you do. I guess
Whatever that noise is, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, it's not going to stop, dude.
Brian, do you want me to get off here and go see if open the door and see if there's anything out there?
You think something's out the front door?
Is he ringing the bell the entire time?
Yeah. No, Granny, you don't.
Let me in. Let me in.
It's fine. It's fine.
If it's death, don't open the door.
Thank you, Craig. This person thinks it's a stove timer.
Have you burned the roast?
No, I don't have a stove. You want me to just get off here?
No. We're going to barrel through it.
I'd love it.
You're not even doing anything. Granny, Nick says that you've got an old-fashioned analog alarm clock in Terry's bedroom.
I don't know. I got a new alarm clock, battery operated. Is that what she meant?
Well, whatever it is, it's going haywire right now.
Oh, it might be my alarm.
You think?
But it's way back in the bedroom.
Don't worry about it right now. But when the show's over, you might want to go...
That's what it is.
Okay.
Solve the mystery.
Is there a reason you didn't turn it off when it started ringing?
Well, I wasn't in there. I didn't
Duh.
hear. I took a nap. I took a nap and set the alarm. I thought I shut it off, but I probably didn't.
No,
You probably didn't.
That's life.
I would say with a good deal of certainty that you didn't turn it off.
Brian, that's life around here.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I do the show with Dave, too.
Say,
Hear all sorts of things in the background.
did I do that? You know,
Yeah, you did do that.
or I thought I did that, but I didn't.
In there.
I wake up and I see lights on, and I say, I didn't turn those lights on. What's going on?
Maybe the place is haunted.
Could be.
Okay.
It's my brain that's haunted.
Well, I hope not. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. I came back. I did think the main event was a solid match.
Yeah, you know, I'm a bit concerned that they kind of missed the boat with Miles Bourne with his booking over the past couple months, because I thought they just made him come off like such a geek in that TNA versus NXT match that it kind of hurt the momentum that he had. And you could see it in this match here. The match was good, but the crowd was way more into Trick Williams than they were Miles Bourne. Miles made his comeback, and they're chanting Randy Orton and RKO at him. You know, the crowd was clearly on Trick's side. Maybe it's because at one point he backhand pimp slapped Miles like he was Charlie Murphy. But eventually, Trick went for the trick knee on the floor, hit the steps. Miles with a born-again zigzag on the floor, another one in the ring, and he moves on to the Iron Survivor match. I think the wrong guy won that match, but hey, we've been waiting for Trick to get called up.
The right
forever.
guy won. It's time for Trick to go up and get some young guys in there.
Well, maybe
God's
he could have
sake.
won the dang Iron Survivor and then moved up with some momentum.
Well, the Iron Survivor, I think, gets a championship match, so we just got to get rid of this guy. Just call him up, dude. Put him in the Royal Rumble. Have him... Dude, Trick should be called up, answer Elia's Open Challenge, win the title. Boom. Off to the races.
Oh, Brian,
Hey.
before we go, big thing. You and Vic Joseph both. Your hair sucks.
Okay, get out of
Big
here,
time.
you idiot. Okay, listen, we'll be back next time, everybody. No After Dark today. It's a replay of The Raven Show, which you shouldn't miss. I'll see you tonight for Observer Live. Holiday show tomorrow, replay. Happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not in this country, just have a happy day. We'll talk to you next time. Observer Live.